How's it everyone? Today I'm here with my WWE Backlash 2018 pay-per-view. Of course, Backlash took place live on the WWE Network as well as pay-per-view tonight. And overall, I gotta say, coming out of Backlash, even with my super low expectations, somehow they were not able to even achieve those expectations. Because I thought Backlash was an absolutely terrible show. Did not enjoy it at all. Besides the opening match, which was a fucking awesome match, everything else on the show was just piss poor. I didn't enjoy it. I thought, the WWE title match was very disappointing still. I was expecting at least a great match, but they still couldn't even achieve that one. Somehow they managed to have a match worse than the WrestleMania match, probably. Just everything else was not good, wasn't enjoyable. The title matches weren't that entertaining. Just I felt like the matches were just boring, and I felt the pay-per-view dragged on. It was a 3.5 hour show, which this pay-per-view had no reason to go past 3.5 hours at all, but somehow it still did, and it definitely felt longer than that. I felt like it just kept dragging on, and it blows my mind that WWE can have such an incredible roster. Their roster is just absolutely stacked with talent, yet they still deliver piss poor shows and piss poor matches. It just blows my mind how, just they somehow just cannot let people go out there and do their thing. If you just go out there and let them do their thing, that's all you need to do. That's all they can do. But no, they gotta throw in all these politics and backstage bullshit. They gotta do things like this and that. They fuck themselves, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, Backlash, terrible show, worst show since Battleground last year, if you ask me. This was just not as bad as that show, but it was still fucking bad. Of course, the top of the show, of course, we had the kickoff before the show started, which featured Bayley versus Ruby Riott. Whatever match here, typical Raw match you'd pretty much get from these two. Bayley looked like complete and utter garbage. I don't know what was wrong with her. She was out of her element or game or what, but she was very sloppy and just like absolutely terrible. So Ruby pretty much had to carry her throughout the entire match. Excuse me. Pretty much ending came with the Riott Squad getting involved, which helped Ruby Riott secure the Riott kick on Bayley to secure the win. So that was that. Like I said, typical pretty much Raw TV match right there. And then we go to the main show, which kicked off with the Intercontinental Championship match between Seth Rollins and The Miz. Like I said, great match here. I thought these two went out there and tore the house down, had a tremendous match. Just the psychology in the match with Rollins' knee and Miz just doing whatever he can to pretty much outmaneuver Rollins. He pretty much had Rollins figured out, and pretty much how to counter or was able to avoid everything Rollins was throwing at him. Rollins' athleticism throughout this match, I thought he looked absolutely amazing. Rollins has just been killing it with his performances this year, and it's great because I feel like his 2017 for the most part was pretty disappointing. So I feel like he's definitely been getting the wheels going in terms of putting those quality matches he had back in 2015. So you definitely saw him coming out and just putting on a tremendous performance against the Miz here. Like I said, he had a lot of great stuff, some amazing sequences. Like with the great first near fall where Rollins, was hitting some chops on Miz. Miz was throwing some punches. Rollins hit an insecurity. Miz, bounced off the ropes, tried to hit Skull Crusher finale, but Rollins tried to cradle him up into a pin. But Miz was able to, fully lift him back up into a wheelbarrow, into the Skull Crusher finale. So that was a great near fall right there. Pretty much Rollins was able to hit his signature stuff like the dives and everything, the blockbuster. They fought in the apron where Rollins went for a ripcord knee, but Miz ducked out of the way, so Rollins' knee flew right into the LED post, which would lead into the match where Miz was pretty much targeting his knee. Miz they were locking the figure four, which Rollins powered out of, which that was a great spot right there from him. Went for his signature, suplex off the top rope, which was followed into the Falcon Arrow, but his knee gave out, so in midair he dropped Miz. Miz actually caught him back into the Skull Crusher finale for a great near fall right there. I definitely thought Miz actually was going to win it after that second Skull Crusher finale on Seth Rollins, but he was not able to. Seth Rollins went for the curb stomp off the second rope, but Miz was able to duck out of the way. They had some great back and forth action, which led to, Rollins going for the Skull Crusher finale again, which led to Miz rolling him up, but Rollins was able to roll him back up into the curb stomp for the 1-2-3 victory. So Seth Rollins retains the Intercontinental Championship against The Miz. Like I said, great match here. These two just went out there and tore the house down and put on a match of their candidate, if you ask me. So definitely enjoyed their performance. Like I said, match of the night, and everything was just pretty much downhill from there. From there, we go to the Raw Women's Championship match. Nia Jax taking on Alexa Bliss. First off, that video package for the match, what the fuck was that? That was absolutely horrible. But the match itself was fine. I don't know if it was better than the Mania match because I've had to watch that back, but it was whatever. You pretty much have Nia Jax just throwing Bliss around for the majority of it, and until Bliss started fighting back. Bliss was pretty much chopping her on the sides, locking in headlocks, trying to get her back, pretty much to her level. Nia Jax just, again, throwing Bliss around. Bliss had a DDT on the steps on the outside, which, they teased the count out to finish, but Alexa Bliss knew she couldn't win that way, so she threw Nia Jax back in the ring. tried to pin her, but Nia Jax kicked out. Tried to hit Twisted Bliss with the top rope, but Nia Jax caught her in for a Samoan drop for the 1-2-3. Nia Jax retains the Raw Women's title. Like I said, not really much of a match there. Then, of course, Nia Jax cuts a promo afterwards talking about bullying, which the crowd was booing, rightfully so, because the promo was terrible. She legitimately seemed like she was reading off the teleprompter. So, yeah, terrible promo, and match itself was whatever. Nia Jax, crowd's already turning on her, so that speaks volumes for itself. But yeah, whatever match. From there, we're going to the United States Championship match. Jeff Hardy defending against Randy Orton. This match was good, but there really wasn't much to it. I felt like it was just kind of there. Right from the get-go, Orton was very dominant. The match went on the outside where Jeff Hardy kind of just took Orton out of nowhere. Orton got back in the ring with Hardy, put him in a chin lock for, it seemed like forever. His signature DDT on Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy went for a twist of fate, but Orton was able to counter it into the RKO, but Jeff Hardy was able to get out of it, so that was a great callback to the Royal Rumble 2008 match, because that was the finish of that match, which, twist of fate into the RKO. So I thought that was a great callback for them to do that, and yeah, it was just, I felt like the match never had that urgency feel to it. I felt like they never really switched out of second gear. They kind of just stayed in second gear and really just, were complacent with that. And the finish was kind of out of nowhere, too. Orton set up for the RKO. Jeff Hardy is able to hit a twist of fate pretty much out of nowhere, followed by a swanton bomb, and pins Randy Orton 1-2-3, clean as a whistle in the middle of the ring. So I thought that was kind of an odd finish. So I'm not really sure where they go going forward. I kind of thought maybe Jeff Hardy would, just survive Randy Orton, and Randy Orton would be kind of like, okay, you got lucky this time. But no. It was a clean finish. Jeff Hardy just straight out beat Randy Orton. So I'm not really sure where they go with Randy Orton or Jeff Hardy going forward. Maybe Randy Orton turns heel because he desperately needs it. Not sure, but yeah, Jeff Hardy defeats Randy Orton to retain the United States Championship. From there, we had a concert with Elias, which led to interruption by the New Day, which led by interruption by Rusev Day, which led to interruption by Noah Jose, which led to interruption by Bobby Roode, which ended up with Bobby Roode hitting the glorious DDT on Elias. Now, I saw a lot of people loving this segment. I personally fucking hated it because it was 10 minutes of just nothing. And you know what, honestly, if this was a Raw or SmackDown Live, I wouldn't have cared. Fine. But when this is a pay-per-view, and at this point, we're like an hour and a half in the show, not even halfway through the card, we're 3 matches in the show. And you're going to do this? It's like, why are you wasting time? This is the main reason probably why the pay-per-view went 3.5 hours, is because this killed like 10-15 minutes. It was a big waste of time. I didn't enjoy it. I was just annoyed because I just wanted to get to the next match, and I just did not care for it. So I didn't enjoy the segment. Like I said, I know a lot of people were loving it. People were having fun, and that's great. But honestly, I just thought it was a huge waste of time, and it accomplished absolutely nothing. You don't need this kind of filler stuff on dual brand pay-per-views. On brand pay-per-views, sure, go ahead. But on dual brand pay-per-views, especially when you're not even halfway through with the card and you're almost 2 hours in the show, no, that was just, big no for me. So, big waste of time. From there, we go to Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass, which pretty much, Bryan beginning was cutting Big Cass down, hitting the kicks to the leg, trying to cut him down to the surgically repaired knee, by the way, which is Bryan was kicking out, which I thought was smart. And then, of course, Big Cass take over, pretty much beating down Daniel Bryan for the most part. Daniel Bryan has a nice comeback, which is cut down by Big Cass. And then, of course, the finish led to Daniel Bryan locking in the yes lock on Big Cass to get the win with the submission victory. So, the match itself was okay. For Daniel Bryan standards, not good, but I guess for Big Cass standards, it was good. I don't know. It wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't good for sure. It was kind of just there. And, not really much to expect out of it. Big Cass attacks Daniel Bryan afterwards and, pretty much continuing the feud. So, there really wasn't much to say about that match. And speaking about not much to say, the SmackDown Women's Championship match, Carmella taking on Charlotte Flair. Another really nothing match here. This is probably the worst match in the show, honestly. I just did not enjoy it. Pretty much had Carmella locking in a headlock for 90% of the match. That's all she was doing. Charlotte Flair had some comebacks, locking the figure four, which Carmella's actually was able to counter into the, what the fuck was their submission called? Code silence or whatever her submission's called. She would have locked that in, but Charlotte escaped that. Charlotte had a comeback, which was, led to Carmella attacking her knee, super kicked her knee, and then pinned her 1-2-3. So Carmella defeats Charlotte Flair, clean as a whistle. So, yeah, really not much there about that match. It was just very, very basic and just, it wasn't good, honestly. And then we go to the no disqualification match for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles defending against Shinsuke Nakamura. When this was going on, I was furious because there was no reason why this match should not have been the main event. But with the way the match ended, we now know why it did main event. So this match was good. Second best match in the show, which isn't really saying much, honestly. But it was just pretty much Nakamura beating down Styles for the entire match. At the beginning, they were kind of fighting until AJ splashed into the barricade. Nakamura was pretty much working over AJ the entire match, hitting the running knees into the stomach in the corner. Bryan a steel chair where he gave him an exploder on the chair. Just Nakamura just working over AJ for about 15 minutes or so. It was just very, very boring, honestly, until AJ had his comeback. He was able to, throw a chair at Nakamura when Nakamura with Kinshasa, which was a crazy spot because it ricocheted off Nakamura's knee into AJ's face, where AJ had a huge gash on his cheek right there. So that was pretty key. It could have been a lot worse. So it was a pretty crazy spot to see that happen. AJ had his fiery comeback, was able to hit a forearm in the back of the head of Nakamura. Went for the Styles Clash, but Nakamura low blowed him when he fought out of it. But AJ then low blowed Nakamura after that. So that was, that got the biggest pop probably in the entire show, honestly, was a low blow that AJ gave Nakamura. Because I think everyone was waiting for that spot. So AJ lows blow Nakamura, they're both down, they get up, they fight a little bit, and then they both go running towards each other and kick each other right in the dick. So they both kick each other in the balls, they're both down, and the referee counts 10. So this match ends in a no contest because both men were not able to answer the 10 count. Are you fucking kidding me? What is the reason to prolong this feud and prolong the potential crowning of Nakamura winning the championship? I just don't understand how WWE can take two of the best in the world in Nakamura and Styles and make them have mediocre matches, and just to the point where I don't even want to see them wrestle each other anymore because they're just overkilling it. They're continuing it for no reason at this point. I don't know. Probably gonna have another match in Money in the Bank, maybe triple threat with Samoa Joe, because that was kind of the direction leaning on SmackDown Live this past Tuesday. But it's just like, why are you even doing matches when you just do these bullshit finishes? First it was, at the Greatest Royal Rumble last week with the count out. Now you're doing a bullshit no contest finish in a no DQ match, which the no DQ stipulation really wasn't even needed. It was only there for them to do low blows, honestly. But still, it's like, it's frustrating. It's just like, I'm over at this point. You took something that I was very excited to see at WrestleMania, and you just honestly made it to the point where I don't even want to see it. And someone said it perfectly. They took a dream match and made it into a nightmare. And honestly, they did. At this point, I'm over it. I want to see what's next for those two, and I just don't want to see them wrestle each other anymore. So, I don't know with Nakamura and Styles anymore. I really don't. But, yeah, realizing that finish, you pretty much knew why that match is the main event after that. So, yeah, just Nakamura and Styles continue to disappoint in WWE, so that's all I can really say about that match. From there, we go to Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley taking on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Not much to say about this. Owens and Zayn dominated Bobby Lashley throughout the entire match. Braun with the hot tag ran over Owens and Zayn. Lashley tagged in, hit a spine buster on Owens after Sami Zayn tried to walk out. Kevin Owens threw him back in the ring. And then, Sami Zayn threw Owens in the ring to pretty much feed him to the dogs, and then Bobby Lashley to spine buster, followed by the suplex, and that was it. Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman win. Afterwards, Strowman takes out Owens and Zayn with the running power slams, and that was that. Very, very pointless. They're continuing the tension again, I guess, with Owens and Zayn. Bobby Lashley is boring as fuck. Braun Strowman's becoming stale, if you ask me, with this current act, because it's the same stuff every single time now with him. I don't know. And then we go to the main event. Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, which, right from the get-go, Samoa Joe just beats the fuck out of Roman Reigns before the bell starts, gives him a Uranagi through the announce table, just beating him down ringside. Match starts, and Samoa Joe just puts him in a headlock for about 25 minutes, it seems like. Roman Reigns has a comeback, it's a spear. Samoa Joe's foot's on the rope, so it doesn't count. Samoa Joe was able to counter a Superman punch into Coquina Clutch numerous times. He locked in Coquina Clutch and Roman Reigns. Final time, Roman Reigns is able to pretty much throw Samoa Joe over his shoulders. Hits a spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns defeats Samoa Joe. And a boring as fuck main event. These two can have killer matches, but they went out there. Roman Reigns slept on the mat for 20 minutes, it seemed like, and then he got the win with the spear at the end. I don't know what it is with Roman Reigns now. With Roman Reigns' shitty booking, at least he had good to great matches to make up for it. But this entire year so far, Roman Reigns just had shit matches, and it's not helping his case. They're really, really not helping Roman Reigns' case by having him compete in these shitty, terrible matches. Like I said, at least he was able to make up for those shitty booking with great matches. But now, I don't even remember the last time he had a great match. Honestly, I don't. Maybe when he beat Miz for the Intercontinental title, or I don't know. It's been a long time since Roman Reigns had a great match, so they're definitely not helping his case with the way they've been booking him. But I don't know. Roman Reigns wins. Don't really care. Terrible way to end the pay-per-view. People are walking out. The crowd didn't care. It was pretty much WrestleMania all over again. The main event, just no one cared. Nothing. Nothing they were doing in the ring was getting a reaction. So I don't know. Terrible main event to a terrible pay-per-view. Like I said, if you go back and watch a show, the only thing worth watching is the opening match. Watch a show, watch the opening match, and turn it off. That's all you need to do with Backlash. Like I said, piss poor show. Didn't enjoy it. Thought it was a terrible show. Worst pay-per-view since Battleground last, if you ask me. Money in the Bank is next month. They have 5 weeks to build that show, so hopefully they capitalize on it. Build a strong card. Build, good participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and hopefully they deliver with a good to great pay-per-view because they desperately need it at this point. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please like below. If you guys like, in the comments below, leave your guys' thoughts on Backlash as well. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching the video.